please go check out that Truckin' Chub Z, man. The dude is and especially when him and Shad get on there. Him and Shad got a chemistry, bro. It's almost like peaches and herb, bro. They got this thing going. Yeah.
Yo, what up with it? What's going on? What's going on in the building? What's up with y'all today, man? Hope that y'all is ready for this show that we about to give y'all, because it's about to be lit. I want y'all give it up one time for my co-host, man, none other than Shad 1419, baby. Let's go, let's go. We in the building. We about to get it. QB in the building early. I see you out there, dog. What up, QB? What up? What up with it, man? What up, South Coast? You out there? I see you, dog. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. We appreciate y'all coming to rock with us, man. Y'all could be a whole different place right now, but y'all are here with us, man. God bless y'all, man. We about to get straight up into it. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna wait too long. So Ryan Garcia's suspension. Excuse me, I had to hit my mic. Ryan Garcia's suspension. So I got the. I'm gonna take the liberty and I'm gonna kind of read through a article. If y'all just rock with me, yeah, you mind, Shad? You mind if I bust out a little article real quick, dog?
Go ahead, man. We gotta frame this as education. You know what I'm saying? That's where the ad dollars come in. At,
Oh,
gotta frame
okay,
this as
got
education.
you. Okay. All right, it ain't that long of an article, you know what I'm saying, per se. It ain't that long of an article, so we'll get straight up into it. Let me make sure that I could get it pulled up here before I do something crazy. Okay, so it says Ryan Garcia was suspended and fined, has won versus Devin Haney overturned for positive PED tests. Performance enhancement drugs. That's what PED is for anybody who's watching this on a replay. Ryan Garcia has been suspended 1 year by the New York State Athletic Commission and will lose his victory over Devin Haney as part of the punishment following his positive performance enhancement drug test after the April win. The commission confirmed to the Athletic on Thursday Garcia will also forfeit his purse winnings for over $1 million to Golden Boy Promotions and was issued a $10,000 fines by the New York State Athletic Commission. Okay. Now, I got some other things put. Now, this is by Mark Pulo. Okay. His New York State professional boxer license will be suspended until April 20th, 2025, and until such time as he provides a clean urinalysis, which is a P test, you know what I mean, for anybody don't know, to the commission, the NYSAC, New York State Athletic Commission. I could hopefully I could break that down. Said in a statement, the commission will continue to hold athletes to the highest professional standards and protect the integrity of all sports under our jurisdiction. Shortly after the news of the suspension became public, Garcia posted a picture of him fighting Haney on X with the caption, "F you, you cry baby." We seen that one. The victory was arguably the most important of Garcia's career and the biggest boxing stunner of the year, as Haney entered the bout undefeated with the WBC super lightweight champion. Haney retained his belts thanks to Garcia weighing in at 3.2 pounds over the limit. The pair agreed upon the limit of 140 pounds, making him ineligible to win the title. Ineligible, excuse me. So with that being said, there was some other things found in his system, right? Some other things was found in Ryan Garcia's system. Now, I'm gonna let you go ahead and I'm gonna let you expound on this, and then I'll come in and I'll add my little parts and whatever else that is, bro. So go ahead and take it from there.
I mean, it's not really much to add on. I was looking on Twitter, boxing. I guess you could say he's a. I don't want to call him a columnist, but he's a central figure in boxing. Rick Glazier, he took the liberty of doing the mathematical breakdown of what Ryan Garcia actually lost because of the positive test, along with the purse,
Yeah.
along with the amount that he had to pay Devin Haney promotions for coming in 3 pounds overweight. So it was just south of $3 million that he lost in his whole exact, fiasco. But it's some weird stuff going on, man. Like I understand people dislike Devin Haney. Well, not they don't dislike Devin Haney. They more so dislike Devin Haney's dad. They dislike Bill Haney, right? So that's understandable, right? So you dislike the father, so the father is not actually performing in front of anybody, actually boxing. So your hate is going to get pushed over to his son,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just like, bro, the man tested positive
Yep.
for illegal PEDs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we can say, which most people have said, we can say that's not the whole reason why Devin Haney lost his fight. Devin Haney lost his fight because he couldn't keep his right arm up to block that left hook. We can say that, right? I mean, I think that's pretty much on the table. So, but by rules and regulations, the win has to be vacated. But
Right.
if there are individuals that want to continue to say, "Hey, look, we watched the fight. We cannot unsee you getting your butt whooped," I can see it from that standpoint too. But along with the just the south of $3 million being lost, Ryan Garcia could have potentially fought maybe one or two more times. So let's just say guaranteed purse of $1 million. So that's another $2 million. So you've roughly probably lost maybe $5 million because of this, as he's calling it, a mishap of sorts. So he makes a lot of money outside of boxing. So maybe 5 million doesn't bother him, but
Probably not.
but
Probably
between
not.
me, hey, but me and you,
Yeah, that's
five
what.
million is 5 million. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Right.
you
Yeah. Feel
potentially
me?
lost five. Yeah, because again, you beat Devin Haney. If everything was on the up and up, probably could have got a title fight with a Teofimo Lopez at the end of the year. Maybe a rematch with Haney. Maybe could have got Tank Davis to come back out for for another because after Tank Davis' recent fight against Frank Martin, Brian Garcia was there with a rematch me B shirt on, just out and about. So people are gonna be weary of you. And I'll say this: I can't remember the boxer's name, but there was a boxer that got caught with the same substance in their system over in the UK, and he got a 2-year ban. So Ryan Garcia kind of is lucky. But I'll say this in closing: um, according to the person I quoted earlier, Rick Glazier, the suspension actually starts in the month in which the fight occurred. So
Mm-hmm.
technically, he quote unquote only has 10 more months
Right. Right.
to do.
And
You know what I
then
mean? So
when I was reading the article, I'm not sure if this was happening because I did research on it. And did you find anything that was saying that his boxing license is only suspended in the state of New York?
yeah, that's how they do it. Wherever the issue occurs
Okay.
at, that's where, because just like right now, which I mean they do this anyway after a fight. Guys are, if you go to Box Rick, if a guy just recently had a fight, you'll see them have like maybe like they're suspended, which basically means they are saying that you can't participate for X amount of time. They try to
Right.
give you a recovery time from boxing because, like, if you look at BoxRec right now, it has Devin Haney is suspended indefinitely, right? But
Right.
he's not an issue. But yeah, so I mean, he's suspended. I don't know what's the process of getting his license back in New York. I mean, he's a Cali guy, so you know when the suspension is up, I'm sure he can fight in Vegas or in Cali somewhere after the fact. He doesn't necessarily have to come back to
Right.
New York.
So what they found in the system was called, and now I pronounced some things wrong, God. I'm not perfect, y'all. Noran Norandostering. Okay. What's up, LNV? Wakil, what's up, cuz? What's going on with y'all out there? Thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button for us, man. Share it with y'all friends and family for us one time. Norandostering and it is used. That's what number 19. It has another name. It is used to treat osteoporosis. It's used to treat that and other conditions. Now it's a synthetic version of testosterone. Athletes use this to build muscle. They use this to build muscle, okay? And it's a synthetic version of testosterone. And we all know what testosterone is. As you get older as a male, your testosterone level drop. And the more weight you gain as a man, your testosterone levels tend to drop. So he was taking this supplement to help him build his muscle back because they dehydrate and they hydrate, and it was in his supplements from what we're hearing now, from what the logical explanation, because I don't think he purposely did it. Me personally, I don't think he purposely took steroids to win the fight, but who knows? You know what I mean? I'm just dropping my opinion on that. But in the sense of that, I did a little bit of digging on that, right? And now it also says pig offal. Now, these is although highly improbable, athletes should prudently avoid meals composed of pig offal in the hours preceding the test, since the consumption of edible parts of a non-castrated pig containing number 19 nortestosterone. Now, that the pig parts have it, and that's crazy. Now, this is information off of let me make sure I'm giving y'all the right sports medicine. This is a sports medicine website, Pub Medical Central, okay? And that's where I got this information from. Not only that, so when you thinking of what's the edible parts of the pig, so let me give it to you. Shitterlings. Everybody likes shitterlings. Any internal part of the pig, the heart, the brain, the lugs, the livers, the cheeks, the tongues, chitterlings, shitlings. That's what I call them because that's what they is. Period. It's the intestines of the pig, and it holds that. So before the fight, they should stay away from eating that. That's a fun fact. I haven't heard it nowhere from nobody else, and I wanted to share it with y'all. That's it. If you anything else you want, that's all I wanted to say in closing. If you want to say anything in closing out on this, I think that look, Devin Haney got whooped out, but look, for somebody to be on a steroid in their system, he got back up. So he has heart, but he still lost the fight. I'm not holding that against them. Fighting is hard. They go through a rigorous training regimen in order to step in that ring, and I'm not holding that against either of the fighters. Hopefully, he stay away from taking them supplements.
And all I got to say is the 140-pound division is wide open. So, Subriel Matias lost, split decision, I believe, or unanimous decision last weekend as well, even though that was it wasn't as hyped as the Tank Davis versus Frank Martin fight. So
Right.
140-pound division is wide open. You got two of the bigger names in the division. Because Devin Haney said he's taking the rest of the year off, taking the year off. So you got two big names that are not going to be in the pool for potential fights at least until this time next year. So
And that's whack because I want to see Tank. I want to see Tank. I don't care with nobody. That's the fight I want to see. That's the fight I'm waiting for, man. I want to see that. But so moving on. We'll move on, bro. We killed that. We killed that, by the way. We killed that. So, bro, when JJ Redick to the Lakers, bro, I first of all, I got punked. I did post that on X. I got punked. I thought that the coach from UConn was going over there, Hurley, right? Dan Hurley. I thought he was going to Los Angeles, and that didn't happen. And the information, because I thought the tweet came from his page. I did post a tweet too, also on there. It's on my X page. I said I got punked because it was a Dan Hurley page, and he was saying that he was going to LA, but that was a fake Dan Hurley's page. Okay, and I wasn't the only one who got shook up by that, but I want to get on here and I want to admit to that, all right, to make sure that we got that clear. So JJ Redick going to the Lakers, I think is look, I'm not no basketball aficionado type of guy. I don't know everything there is about basketball. But I do report on the sport nonetheless. So my opinion on this is I don't know really how this is going to go. I don't know how this may go left, right, up, down. Um, Seeing that he was an analyst, JJ Redick, after he retired, started doing a podcast with LeBron James, a known player, well-known player on the Los Angeles Lakers at the time, being some kind of friends or business partners or whatever that may be, and now him becoming the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. To piggyback off of what you said, Shad, before about LeBron coaching the Lakers, why don't he be a player coach? There was a couple of players who've done that in Los Angeles. I think this is the introduction of LeBron becoming a coach, if you ask me. And I'll pass it to you.
I mean, we talked about this when Dan Hurley name was being brought up.
Yeah, we did.
I vehemently said Dan Hurley do not take this job. He didn't take the job, stayed at UConn,
Yeah.
and JJ Redick got the job. Now, on the surface, this looks like nepotism, which it may actually be nepotism. But
Yeah.
after I said it, I thought about it for a minute. I said, just like in football, right? We can talk about the head coach all we want. We can get the head coach to praise for recruiting, for winning, but we all know it's about the staff that is around them that actually makes the entire engine go. Just like a car, you can have the motor, but the motor is nothing without a starter, without the battery, without the alternator, right?
Right.
When I mean just to get it to
Everything.
start up, not even getting it to move, because then get to the transmission, the axles. But we just say like that's the heart of the vehicle, but the heart
Okay.
needs the alternator, the battery, and the starter, right, to get it going.
100.
So what I'll say about this is when I thought about it a little bit more, I said, bro, JJ Redick has access to probably, I mean, people can argue. I mean, they'll argue greatest college basketball coach, male, because I don't want to disrespect Gino Auriemma.
Okay.
He got Coach K. He can call. Because I was listening to Gil's Arena. I
Yeah.
forgot Elton Brand. He went to Duke. He's
Yeah.
a front office person for the 76ers. So he has individuals that he can call, right? I mean, I watch college basketball, but I don't watch a lot of it. But I do remember the JJ Redick era at Duke, right? I remember that era. I remember it vividly. Like JJ Redick shooting the three ball,
Nasty.
giving people maybe
Hey.
light vibes of, oh, bro, they got another Christian Laettner down there. You know what I
Nice.
mean? But he has access to individuals he can call. And I think that's one of the things that hurts a lot of first time coaches is they don't have that Rolodex of names that they can call that come in and be assistants. I don't think JJ Redick has that issue. I think JJ Redick can actually put together a nice staff around him, and he maybe can sit back and operate like a Steve Kerr
Ooh.
and things like that. I think he probably with and I think, and this is my last statement I'm making. Now I give it back to you. I think that was probably strategic of LeBron because when the podcast debuted, we're sitting like, when did y'all become friends? You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't play with each other. LeBron, you didn't go to college,
Right.
right? JJ Redick, you all-time legend at Duke. And so now it looks like, oh, this was just a whole job interview. LeBron is filling you out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we don't know what they talk about off air, right? We only know what they talk about on air. So we don't know how much they've talked about in terms of play calling. Hey, what you think about AD? What you think about me? What you think about the personnel around us and all that stuff like that? So obviously we know LeBron holds a big stake in the Lakers in terms of just
Mm-hmm.
decision making. So I mean, yeah, this is LeBron James hire, all day.
And that's
So
why a lot of
and
coaches.
again, and I'll say this, I mean, cut you off, and I'll say this again. And you got access to all that, and plus you got access to LeBron James, which we're not gonna have the argument on here. Arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, and a person that is very cerebral in terms of understanding the game at a high level. So,
That's a fact.
so I mean, so I mean,
I mean, when you got all time, when you got people like Isaiah Thomas saying that about LeBron when he first came in the league, people have to respect that about that man. Like he knows the game like no other. Like he sees things before they happen and on the court, whatever else. Like Isaiah Thomas has said this about him. Now, whether if you don't know who Isaiah Thomas is, you've been living underneath a rock. The point guard from the bad boy Piston era, from Detroit, came out and he said this. I believe what show was he on first? Take back. And then when he said it, I don't remember what show he was actually on, but I know it came out of his mouth because I posted it and I seen it and I watched the video of it and him saying that about LeBron, which it just really blew me away when I seen it. So I hope this move go well. Like I said, I think this I really closed out on it already, bro. I really have no more to say about this topic other than I think this is LeBron's segue into going into coaching. And him and JJ obviously have some kind of chemistry. I want to see how it goes. Either way it go, the Lakers still have some rebuilding to do, if you ask me. Um, I still think they need a couple more pieces away. Uh, Getting LeBron James, I think it's a no brainer. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? Other than because this draft is like weak, right? So a lot of people said this is weak. Now I don't know, but I'm just going off of hearsay right now, really, and I'm just being honest with y'all. I heard a lot of professionals say that this draft is weak. It's not the strongest draft ever in the NBA. Like, there's not a clear cut person who should go in the first round. So I mean, Bronny James been around professional basketball players his whole life, trained by the best in the era right now, as we said, dad, and he's been around them playing against them one on one since forever. So, I mean, he will be, if not, he probably won't be a superstar, but he will be a star in the NBA at some point. So, closing out on that one, you want to add anything else, bro, before we move on to the next topic, sir?
Yeah, I'll just say this: there are certain coaches that are made to coach superstars, and then there are certain coaches that are there that can build and cultivate younger teams. And JJ Redick, to me, probably is the type of guy that probably will work better with superstar talent.
Mm,
Now, what it looks like when LeBron and AD are there, if JJ Redick is still the coach, you just never know. But I mean,
mm.
The Lakers being the Lakers. I know that the fan base is
That was a
divided
bar.
behind this.
That was a
I mean,
bar. You
well,
don't even
hey,
know, bro. That was a bar. I'm clipping that.
so yeah, so
All right. That was a bar, bro. It was. All right. Next topic. Next one. We'll be moving on to NBA Finals, dog. The NBA Finals. You wanted to talk. So I was like, all right, we're gonna get this going real quick. So the NBA Finals, obviously, the NBA Finals MVP was none other than Jalen Brown. I believe you called
Mr.
that or not. I can't remember.
Mr. Mr. Unmarketable.
Man, he he was hot from damn near everywhere on it. I mean, he didn't really have a bad game. Well, I guess yeah, he was 3 for 24 from the deep three. I guess you could say that his mid game was on point. He was shooting the corner three pretty good. The couple of times he did shoot, I mean, out of the 10 times he shot, it was 50%, from the corner three. So when you look at that with Jalen Brown, that's pretty good, 50%. You can't argue with that. His mid game is crazy though. He goes crazy in the mid range and in the paint. And for him to be 6'7" and that mid range shot, I think that's a way of a new era of playing ball, man. Like not new era, it's always been there. But look, consider the way they play nowadays. I should say, now I gotta clear my words up when I'm talking out here in detail. Compared to the way they play basketball nowadays, shooting as much threes as they shoot, the way that Jalen Brown plays is almost like new, showing them something different. Actually, smart when you're a 6'7" shooting guard that can also go play the three guard, right? And your mid game is good. His corner three was good, 50% from there. I mean, he shot really bad when he was shooting anywhere else from the 3 point line. I think he was like 3 for 24. Correct me when I'm wrong out there though. And in the paint, he was 26 for 44. So that's not bad. You know what I mean? Taking it to the rack. And then sometimes he got fouled at the 3 point free throw line, excuse me. And he did well there, man. So big ups to him, dog. He was out there balling. I like what he doing. And I just think that Jason. I thought that Jason Tatum was going to step up and be the MVP. I knew the Celtics was going to beat them. I did pick the Celtics to win that game. But I thought Jason Tatum was going to bring it, and he didn't, and that shocked me, bro. So what you thinking, bro? What you on that, man? Like, how you feel about the Jalen Brown being the MVP over Jason Tatum whole situation? Like, what you feeling on that?
I mean, we've seen these type of relationships or duos, should I say,
Yeah.
before, right? In which you got two alpha players and people are trying to figure out, okay, well, who's the best player? Because it was without question, most people said, okay, well, it's Jason Tatum. He wants to be like Kobe. He has the mama mentality. But now
Mm-hmm.
you get to the biggest stage, and Jalen Brown wins the Finals MVP award. And so now, to me, and maybe Boston Celtics fans, they may try to jump on me about this, but you're trying to figure out, are you going to be able to make this work long term? Because we've
Mm,
watched duos, leave prematurely, right? In the light of more social media, how Shaq has talked about how he and Penny Hardaway, quite possibly could have won a title. We watched Shaq and Kobe break up. You know what I mean? So the only really, really talented duo that we have right now, and people will question Klay Thompson's like all around game, but like up until just recently, that was the most talented duo until we see right now because they finally are hoisting the finals trophy. So
right.
they got enough money to keep both of them there, but the mindset is going to be is the ego going to be able to get pushed to the side, which has been pushed to the side because what? This is Jason Tatum's seventh year. Like, didn't they come in the same time? So they've been
Yeah.
playing together
For
long enough, but
yeah.
it's kind of getting to like that KD, maybe Russell Westbrook thing. Like, okay, we've been here quite
We
a
got
bit of time,
uh,
so now somebody we got to figure out who is actually the guy. But they got Jalen Brown locked in. He signed a big deal. Jason Tatum, I think they're in negotiations for a contract. So, I mean, they should be together at least another 2 or 3 years. But hopefully, they can push the egos to the side
yeah.
and bring some
Get that
good
done.
basket. Keep some good basketball going on in Boston because for us growing up, watching the Boston Celtics was just like, okay, it's Paul Pierce and a band of other guys to see what they can do. But now the Celtics are actually they're the best team in basketball, So they won
Yeah.
the title. But I'll say this in
And they did
closing,
it without without Porzingis
they
too. Like,
did it. I mean, and I was listening to some of the names that they had on the team. I'm like, bro, I did not know they was this deep. Like that's a deep team, and that's always the problem too. Not just your superstars, but your role players. Like, are they going to want to stick around, or are they going to want some additional money to go somewhere else? So, but I'm gonna say this in closing. And I told one of my buddies this. I said, the unfortunate thing about this is that the way that the media is set up,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna talk about this for a little while, and then they're gonna get back to the bread and butter topics in terms of the NBA, which is LeBron James. And it is unfortunate because the NBA champions, that should be all that we talk about. We shouldn't. I mean, okay, Lakers hired JJ Redick. All right, cool. Put that over there on the B side. Let's continue to heap praise on the Celtics, but it's gonna go, it's gonna come, and I tell my buddy that they're gonna get right back to
They
LeBron
gotta
James. That's
get
one of the
on.
yeah, that's one of the things I actually hate about the big media is that a team wins the championship, you talk about it for a little while, and now you're going back to talking about the Lakers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like the Celtics they got the most championships of any NBA franchise. Like they should be talked about until the season starts back next year,
But
but
the Mavericks,
we know that's
the
not gonna
Mavericks
happen.
got a decent squad too, though. Shit, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but don't they? You don't think they had a decent roster?
Yeah, they got decent. I mean, they won the West, so I mean, yeah,
Right.
they got a decent roster. But
I don't know.
it's just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's about matchups. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
just had two. They had the Celtics just had too much For the
Where
it
was
did.
Markeith at? Like Markeith hurt, right? He was hurt, right? Wasn't he out? Markeith Morris, he ain't play, right?
I'm
PJ
not sure.
Washington. Where was PJ at? What was PJ doing? Like, why wasn't PJ on it? Like he should have been. Like,
What was
uh,
Kyrie? Let's just start.
huh?
What was Kyrie? Let's start at the head of the snake.
Oh yeah, where was Kyrie at? Yeah, he was totally missing. I honestly thought that Kyrie was going to do something crazy in the playoff when he busted out with those shoes. Like, and I had what I'm saying, I had an old head hit me up, and was putting me down like the heritage of the shoe, what the shoe was supposed to be meaning to Kyrie, right? No, for real though, like for real.
No, I'm not. I'm not
I'm being
laughing
serious.
at the. I'm not
And
laughing at the shoe. I'm laughing at the fact that it didn't. It must didn't mean playing good
it didn't.
basketball.
It must didn't mean that much, and that's something. Like it must didn't mean that much to Kyrie because he just disappeared when it all came down to it. But I mean, when you're superstar in the team, Luka Doncic want to smoke cigarettes and drink beer in the NBA and think that's gonna fly, like man, you got a whole nother thing coming, bruh. You can't be out there smoking cigarettes in the middle of the game, motherfucker, in halftime and in the tunnel smoking cigarettes, drinking
what they
beer
what they
belly. Like,
say
come
what,
on, bruh.
what they
Like,
say
come
back
on.
in the day. He's smoking a heater.
Yeah, like you can't be doing that nowadays. These people is they're way in shape, sculpted like gods out there. Like you
But
if
but Luca's game, he can do that.
yeah, he can,
His
but bro,
game is not based on explosiveness. It's
but
just
if another team
fundamental
turn up on
basketball.
them, like they gonna always lose. It's a fact. Like Luca gonna get
Yeah,
his
yeah.
points. Luca gonna do what he got to do, right? He gonna get his points. But once they turn up on Luca, and they get to being physical with him, because no matter what you say, being physical with somebody, you're exerting energy that way, running up and down the court, that you exerting energy that way, trying to play defense. Like he can't do all of that and score because he's not in shape. If Luka Doncic get in a little bit of shape, in my opinion, just a little get a little bit in shape, just do some cardio, Luka, I think he'd be all right. I think his game would his game he be probably dropping Wilt Chamberlain numbers. I don't know. If he can drop 70, 80 right now, like it's nothing, you know, he probably, I don't know. I'm just saying, I know I'm going way off the reservoir here by saying Wilt Chamberlain, but you know what I mean? Who knows what Luka could do if he
I
gets
t-
in shape
I
and
tell you
close.
what, the best backcourt in NBA history, that conversation is no longer being had.
Mm, right, right. That's
Hey,
a fact.
you can talk about Luke. I'm gonna blame it on Kyrie.
You gonna blame it on
Kyrie,
Kyrie?
Kyrie, you were the
Yeah, he the
first
old head. He the
player.
OG.
You were the first player that people were putting in this Kobe Bryant mold. Like
Yes.
you were the first one. Now it's convenient. Like oh, you got Devin Booker, Jason Tatum. Oh, we looked up the Kobe and all that. But Kyrie, you were the first one.
Okay.
There, we still got the footage of you at the USA basketball team, telling Kobe, "Let's get this one-on-one action."
Okay.
You
And what's
wanted it. You approached it like Kobe did to Jordan, and you out
okay.
here, you ain't stepping up. We got to
Yeah.
ask the question: WWKD.
What would
What would
Kyrie do?
Kobe do?
What would Kobe do?
What would Kobe
But look,
do? And it
bro,
wasn't
look.
what you did.
No, hell no. No, sir, it was not. Now they can't question Braun neither. Remember when Kyrie hit that shot? They can't question what Braun do neither because he can't get one without him. So that's another topic for another
Yeah, that
day.
was
But we'll say that for another
that was
time.
another storyline. But guess what they're gonna do with that storyline?
What's
Shoot
that?
that right up under the roof. They're gonna shoot it right up under the roof. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that no more. Cause everybody was gung, they were gung ho about it. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. They were gung ho
Mm-hmm.
like, oh man, Kyrie gonna get the ring without Bron, so that shot gonna be validated.
Yeah.
I don't hear that no more.
It's not. He
And
got
I'm
it
and,
because
and
Luca's
listen,
what so what's that say? So what's that say about Luca? Luca is no LeBron. Period. Period.
what did I tell you the other day about Kyrie? I said
Bruh.
he was a good player. Remember
Not a
that?
great one.
You remember that?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
I'm just saying.
Couple
He's a
weeks
good
ago.
he's a good player that can dribble the basketball really
Not a
well.
great one.
He's a good player.
All right. I get that. I defer. I defer to you. I defer to you
He's
on
a
that.
good player who can dribble the ball really well.
Man, we moving on, man. We moving on. We moving on. We moving on. We moving on, man. We moving on. Get him out of here, dog. We moving on, dog. So I kind of, this is just an athletic development pathway sheet. Y'all could kind of just look at, you know what I mean? Give y'all something to look at, I guess, besides us when we talking about this stuff. If y'all ain't listening. But so this is where we go into the parents of pros thing and the development of the athletes, right? We kind of gonna put both of those together and we'll touch on that. So first off, I want to say like all parents, I wish Katie would have came in, Katie Harmon, because she put a comment on my last video and she kind of gave me this topic to bring up today because I was touching on that and she was saying that there's a lot of Dollar General, LeVar Ball parents out there. And I'm like, I don't think that all parents are like that. You know what I mean? I really don't. And when a parent, when a kid plays a sport as a parent, you put a lot of time invested into your child, right? And being a parent, seeing it from a different spectrum, right? From a parent side of view perspective, your child goes into college now to where they're making money off the NIL, millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, however that may be. There are companies that don't care anything about your child, really. They're just looking at the talent that and the money that they could bring in because of their talent and their name, image, and likeness, correct? So you as a parent just want to make sure that your child has the best deals and it's not getting effed over. But there's people out there, professionals, the analysts that get on their podcasts or shows and talk about parents being a problem. Well, I want to be on the other side of that and say that not all parents are like that. Not every dad is a Jaden Rashada dad. Drop a bomb. Like, and that's just what it is. Not every dad is a LeVar Ball dad. Not everybody's like that with their child. Like, you have to be a certain way with it. To me, in my household, academics come first. When my children go to a college, and I pray that they get whatever college it is, it's going to be about academics first, period. Because you can't depend on a sport for the rest of your life. You have to know something else outside of the sport. And I didn't mean myself, no, I didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? But I know enough to make sure that my children do obtain that and do that. Okay. Now, when I say I didn't go to college, it's kind of a lie, but I mean, I took online. I was the University of Phoenix type. You know what I mean? So do that count? I don't know. Whatever. But now, when you talking about how to do this, you could put this in four things, and I've written this down, right? Four things. You got parental support, the contact with your child, academic engagement, and athletic engagement as a parent. Those are the four areas you want to hit as a parent when you're talking about that. And I think that's where the parents come from with that, right? Parental support, the contact. How often do you stay in contact with them? Academic engagement, making sure they're doing good with their grades and everything, and then the athletic engagement, making sure they're hitting their personal goals on the field, doing as their coaches say, hitting every benchmark that they supposed to hit, right? And encourage them to keep going when they're down. Not a lot of players have that, and you're going to say like, oh yeah, you probably do, right? So I just went ahead and I'm gonna kind of fast forward here because I ain't trying to be here all day. So the parents of athletes are 85% of them are married and educated, right? 68% of mothers and 53% of fathers earned at least a bachelor degree, right? That's just a fun fact. Now I looked this up. Look, so females are reported more contact and less academic engagement than males. Of course, as y'all know, in this whole group right here, right? Freshmen obviously are reported the highest level of support, contact, and academic engagement and from fathers. And I wanted to bring a lot of this up and give a little bit of validity to that because, like I said, not all parents are like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure the well-being of your child is good. How are they feeling today? Are you okay? Are you feeling lonely? Are you lonely? Just stupid questions like that. You know what I mean? And however you want to put that, if you want to say it's dumb or not. The risky behaviors, drinking, partying, smoking, whatever that they do in college, that you could cut all that out by just being real with your kid and that athletics satisfaction, right? So athletic, making sure that they're doing, like I said, what they're doing, they do. So then they're hitting all three levels. They're emotional, they're functioning, and now they're able to go into adulthood with everything that you taught your child. So I think that that's pretty dope, man. And they're able to make their own decisions because you're being real with your child, real life experiences. Not everybody has that. You know what I mean? So not every so that just goes to all that say all I said all that to say not every parent is a helicopter parent or wants to be a LeVar Ball type of parent. We are looking at some of these schools that are really academic and that lead with academics. You know what I mean? A Stanford, a Duke, a UNC type of school. Because these are good academic schools, whether you want to say it or not. And then athletics, like there are parents out there that's doing that and developing. So you go ahead and you touch on this some more, bro, and I'll come in and I'll, you know what I mean, clean up.
Oh no, man, you did. I mean, you did. You did a great job. I like the chart. I like how you brought everything together. I do think that some people,
Hmm.
the LeVar Ball situation, I think it caught a lot of people off guard because the perception is that when young men go to that particular level, the imagery is that of them and their mother.
Right.
And most women are not going to be, and I'm not trying to come off as sexist when I say this, but I don't think they would take this out of context.
Hmm.
But most women are kind of somewhat docile in terms of the whole aspect of the sport, because what they have done, if their child has been involved in sports for a long period of time, they've looked at that coach to be somewhat of a guider into some of these decisions in terms of sports, and especially if not they are platonic, right? They're not
Yep.
messing around. Like if coach has their son's best interest in mind, they may say, okay, well, from an athletic standpoint, I'll have the athletics, right? So when they come by to visit, I'll be at the house. I can talk for them, and then when you go for a visit, then you can do the academics and all that stuff, as well. But you have a LeVar Ball pop on the scene, and for the first time, you see a father, and personal story, right?
Yeah.
Well, two personal stories, right? So on my new job, I have a guy. He's training me for the job, right?
Okay.
And so, we don't have much in common. Like the age gap is different. He's a white male, but that's not trying to be racial or anything.
Hmm.
And so one of the things that I noticed in some of our conversations, he'll say a few things about him, and then he'll always interject and say something great about his son. Right?
Mm.
I don't know his son. Haven't met his son. Probably won't ever get to meet his son. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not.
Right.
I don't see us becoming like friends to the point that we are doing that. But
I get it.
it just makes me think like there are fathers out here, and my father, right? I wrote two books, slight pub for myself,
Okay.
and that was one of the things my father would go to his job and tell his coworkers all the time, like how proud of his son that his son did something like that. So LeBron Ball came off as a little, I'm not gonna say arrogant, but I will say this: LeVar Ball that wasn't blatantly shopping any of his, he wasn't shopping Lonzo around at UCLA. He went to UCLA. Now he tried to do a little bit in terms of the NBA. Lamelo. The whole situation about taking him out of the states and putting him over there, kind of like what we were talking about with the Euro
Yeah.
players, right? Trying to get him, prepared for that. But most dads are just they're happy for their son. And
Exactly.
most of them just are not going to have a platform like a LeVar Ball. Don't know, honestly, don't really know how LeVar Ball got the platform, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is kind of the same thing that, Coach Prime is doing. And we're not, talking about Colorado today, but like there fathers who are
He's
just
doing it at the highest level, though. You're
at the
right.
high, yeah, they're just fathers who are so happy
Mm-hmm.
with their son that they're gonna do that. They're trying to make sure that their son is not being shortchanged. And you brought up the Jaden Rashada situation, and I always try to look at things from both sides. Like, yeah, it's messy for your son to commit to Miami, then go to Florida, then end up actually going to Arizona State, winning the starting quarterback job, and now he's over at the University of Georgia, right? So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's a messy situation.
It is.
But again, don't necessarily know how involved or what is said behind closed doors because what's not being disclosed to the general public a lot of times is
Mm-hmm.
that some of these coaches, they're not who they appear to be
Facts.
when
Facts.
they're talking to you. And
Facts.
sometimes, again, not to come off as sexist again, but sometimes men are able to see through that BS and like, look, I'm not gonna allow for my son to be in a situation like this. So we're gonna go. I mean,
Right.
the option is there, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, the Jaden Rashada situation, in reality, he only transferred like really just one time. Like the Florida situation, he signed the national letter of intent. The paper, the money wasn't right. So obviously, yeah, you're supposed to go. You lied to me. You know what I mean? Probably already burnt the bridge in Miami, so that's no there. Can't go there. You go out to Arizona State, whatever the situation is, however you got out there, and now the University of Georgia, where you may feel like, okay, well, I think Kirby Smart does have my son's best interest in
From the
mind.
jump. From the
Yeah.
jump. You know what I mean? From the jump, I guess Georgia wanted him though, right? Correct? Didn't Georgia want him from the gate?
Uh, I don't necessarily know.
Oh,
I
okay.
think their recruitment, well, again, from
No, I thought it
Miami
was
perspective, that
okay.
recruitment was really down to
Should have
Florida
just stayed at
and
Miami.
Miami. But
Miami's
that's what
the
I'm saying.
University of
If
Miami is not
Florida
only a
lied.
great place to get development at for a player, but it's also a great place to get a good education. That's a home run. If I, if that's my kid, I'm like
Yeah.
Miami wants you. The academics check, sports development check, because y'all's known for that. Let's call it what it is. Well, y'all have a history of that. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
do.
yeah, we got a
You know.
history of that. Yeah, we got a
Right, y'all
history
have a history of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm like check box. That checks the boxes for me as a parent. And now you go there, and if you like the experience, son, you make that choice. But when it come down to it, obviously he was about to make that choice, but it was about the money, right? So you
Yeah.
getting offered almost $10 million coming straight out of high school,
Yes.
good academic school, go and get
Yeah.
development. You at the University of Miami, South Beach, so you're going to get TV time, whatever you want to call it, publicity. Um, would like so it got to be about the bread. Now you know what I'm saying, and if it was about the money, then that's when the father should have stepped in. In my opinion, and just in my opinion, Shad, made sure that things were set up in the right way for his son, and he didn't. And now it's about that, but now it's like okay, now he's seeing it the way he should have been seeing it from the jump. You got to be developed. One of the best places to go get developed that is Georgia. Georgia, they what 371 people in the NFL. We know some of the names. I don't got to go into it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah. I wouldn't got a few of them.
Right. Of course, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah. I would have got a few of them. So,
of course. No doubt.
hey, off topic. Y'all Pennsylvania people, y'all in the Eagles, y'all, what y'all do? Y'all just go down to the Athens and like, all right, we're gonna get him, and him. But what about the other school? Nah, we ain't worried about that.
Nah,
We come to get
because like,
University of Georgia play.
see,
Cause hey,
I'm glad you brought that up, man.
slight note, Justin Fields, he started at the University of Georgia.
He from Georgia. He a
You know,
Georgia boy.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
y'all got him, George Pickens, Darnell Washington. So
yeah. Like
y'all in
I'm
the
glad you brought up
Eagles.
my Steelers because Jeff Nadu. Hey, Jeff Nadu, you was on that JB show, and he was talking about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin. Now, as a Steeler fan, I was thinking, all right, it might be time for a change. But then I really started hearing players talk about how great Mike Tomlin is as a head coach, right? I'm gonna keep it real. I've said it before. My Pittsburgh Steelers the past couple years have been an average football team I don't know how in the hell we ended up in the playoffs. Do y'all hear me? Let me say that again. We won. I don't know how in the hell we ended up in the playoffs. One more time. I don't know how in the hell we ended up in the playoffs. We are an average football team. Mike Tomlin gets the best out of the players on the team. People want to play for him. Watch what he does with this roster. That's all I got to say about that. But I'm glad you brought up my Steelers though, because I had to say that to Mr. Jeff Nadu. Like, go ahead, continue, bro.
Oh no, that's all I had. But I will say this though. Um, two things stick out to me, right? Obviously, the SEC, from the perception standpoint, is the premier conference in college football. Most NFL draft picks, most national championships, at least since the year 2000, in terms from a conference standpoint. And the majority of the SEC schools, with the exception of now Texas, right? I think, yeah, the rest of them are all in. And then obviously Athens is right outside of Atlanta, but it's a 90-mile commute. But most of these are, in college towns. So
Mm-hmm.
from a parent standpoint, you may look at it again from, getting back to Jaden Rashad. It's like, look, hey, maybe you need to go. You've been in the city,
Mm-hmm.
so let's kind of get you into maybe this college time because again, like I say, a lot of players they want to go to the glitz and glamour life
Mm-hmm.
and they can't handle it.
Yeah,
And
I get it.
while I know as a Miami fan, I know our staff and stuff, they sell the city life and all this stuff like that. And a lot of kids they fall in love with it. I was having a conversation with some guys on Twitter about that all day yesterday. Like there's a lot of kids that fall in love with it.
I would have never
But
been a player.
there are some kids, some young men, I don't want to call them kids, shout out to Wholesome One. Some
Yeah.
young men, they need to go to a college town. They
Mm-hmm.
need to stay on campus. They need
Mm-hmm.
all the entertainment and activities need to
Mm-hmm.
happen on campus so they can stay focused, right?
Right.
Because you in a major city, it's easy to lose focus. Especially like,
Very.
hey, look, I need to be studying film, but bro, the Heat playing tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
basketball seasons coincide with college football. NFL, oh well, man, I might need to be studying, but shoot, man, my NIL, I got a little extra money. I can go watch the Dolphins play. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the college towns, it's like I don't have no choice but to do that. So
Right.
so
Exactly.
yeah, so.
Exactly.
But that's all I had
Exactly.
to say about that. But again, like I say, I love that chart though.
Thank you. Thank you. I dig it. And I had to bring that up for a couple people and everything, you know what I'm saying, out there, so we can move on to the next topic. I think we killed that. Great job, bro. Great job. Great job. Appreciate you. Whoa, we in it for the day. We about to have some fun with this one. Let's go. Boy, I couldn't wait for this. I couldn't wait. So it's fourth and goal. Ball's on the 1 yard line. Time to get game over. Do we about to go for it? Which running back do you hand the ball off to in their backfield? And you cannot pick one of these four. You can't pick one of these four people that's on the screen. Not Jerome Bettis, not Adrian Peterson, not Marshawn Lynch, and not Derrick Henry. Let's go.
So I can't pick one of the four. Huh. I mean, it doesn't make it harder. It just makes it a little bit more interesting because
Yeah,
I like when we do topics like this because we get to shine light on some guys that may not be as in the spot like others. But I'm
right.
I'm I'm gonna give you a name straight from the Dirty Bird Falcons.
Ooh,
Give me T.J. Duckett.
TJ Duckett.
Give me
TJ
T.
Duckett. All right.
Give me
You want to
give
go
me
TJ Duckett? All right. All right.
give
All
me
right.
T.J. Duckett.
All right. All right.
For
All
those
right.
out there that know T.J. Duckett, T.J. Duckett was
All right.
a grown man for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. I said all time. I said all time. Oh, he said Jim Brown. Ooh, you said Jim Brown. You said Jim
I mean,
Brown.
that's
Okay.
not a bad, but I just
All
wanted to
right.
kind of,
I'm gonna
you know,
go. I'm gonna go down south. If it's 4th and 1, I'm going down south with y'all. I'm going to Miami. What's up, Miami? Y'all Miami Dolphins fans? What about Sianka, the big fullback from back in the day? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hear me? 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl winner back in the 70s. Big old Sianka. Boom, boom, boom. Touchdown. He definitely getting it. He definitely getting one. Come on now. Come on
I'm,
now.
hey,
Come
I'm gonna
on
tell.
now.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if you played video games growing up like we did,
Of
but
course.
I remember. You remember when NFL Street came out, the first one,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
bro. They had a Legends team on there. Like Larry Zonka was like the running back on that joint, and bro, they were
Yeah.
so hard to beat. Like, and that was like my first introduction to him. You know what I'm saying? So like you see it, it's like, bro, let me go. Was he really like that? Bro, yeah, he was
Really
really like
was like
he
that.
was really like that. So
Really
they don't
like
just got him
that.
amped up on the video game. But
Really
yeah,
like that.
that was my first introduction to Larry Zonka.
Yeah.
And on the same NFL street, I kept TJ Duckett in the backfield. That was my
Okay.
guy. TJ
Okay.
Duckett was my guy.
Oh, okay. So you got Ducky. Come on, Dave. Come on. It's my turn. It's my turn. Another guy, 4th and goal. Who I'm gonna give it to? I'm going with Sean Alexander. Cause let's go. Let's go, baby. Sean Alexander. I'll get a ball to Sean Alexander any day, bro. He about to run through the hole. Now we can go from new to old all time. We
Well, you
can
know
go from
what?
right now, most recent. We can go to any time in the NFL. Which running back do you want to give it to? 4th and goal, game on the line. He got to get in the end zone. Who you giving it to? Let's go. Let's go.
I text you this, right?
Okay.
Well, you know, it was a Twitter, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going with Daniel Thomason, but you know the
Oh.
topic was who would you rather have, Marshall Falk or LaDainian Tomlinson? And
Oh, LaDainian all day.
I was like, bro,
LaDainian all day.
that is such a hard topic.
Nah,
That's
not
such
the
a hard
name.
pick for me. That's hard, bro.
I mean, look, they both Hall of Famers, right? That's why that's hard. But when you get to looking at the career, the player, like I think Marshall Falk was good agility wise, but LaDainian could put his shoulder down too up in you too though, dog. And I gotta roll with LaDainian. And he was like, I don't know. You say it's hard. I gotta go with LaDainian
It's
though. Marshall
hard,
Falk, I
bro.
gotta go. Now, if you would have said
I'm
Kurt, if you would have said Kurt, I said I gotta go with Kurt. Kurt the dog. Now we call him, oh yeah, y'all don't know who Kurt is. That's Curtis Martin for y'all who out
Yeah,
there
I
who
know,
don't
yeah.
know.
I love Curtis
Okay,
Martin, but
okay.
like I say, I'm
Oh,
about to go Marshall
Jackson.
Falk. I like Marshall Falk because, like I said, I like the aspect there. And LT could do
Okay,
some of those things too.
okay,
Split him
okay,
out. He's a
okay.
mismatch out there,
Yeah, he
but
was, he was, he was, he was.
I just like I'll have to give it to Marshall
Mm,
Falk, but LaDainian Thompson, I'll go
okay,
with LaDainian Thompson down at the goal line. So
okay. I'm
those
gonna
are
mess
my
with somebody
yeah.
nowadays right now. I'm gonna pull up a most recent one for you young bucks out there. Isaiah Pacheco from right now. He playing right now for the Kansas City Chiefs. He gonna get it done. That's a fact. That's
Oh
a fact.
yeah,
Isaiah
yeah the
Pacheco gonna
high
get it done.
knees like
Yeah,
yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco gonna
Uh
get it done.
man, cause you know I love late '90s, early 2000 man football,
Keep
especially that
going with him,
division that
then.
y'all was
Keep
in, man.
rolling with him.
I got you know how I feel about Corey Dillon,
Yo, he
man.
said Campbell, Earl Campbell. Ooh.
Yeah,
South Coast. I'm about to send the link to South
what is
Coast. Man.
what's the
I'm
other
about to
dude
drop the
name?
link. I'm about to drop the link. Y'all come in. Please come in, bro. I'm dropping the link right now in the YouTube. Let's go.
Guess what his name was
Who?
from the Chiefs, Christian Okoye,
Oh, Christian. Okay,
Nigerian
okay,
Nightmare.
all right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
going back down to Florida, man. Love for my white boys out there. Big Mike Allstott. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Oh
man,
my
yeah.
goodness, bro.
Oh
He
man,
get that.
yeah. Bro, that
Mike
was a nice one.
Allstott getting
Bro,
that.
that was a great 1-2 punch. Him and Warwick done.
It
No.
wasn't it though.
It was a
Man, he
great
was the
1-2 punch.
fullback. They don't even
He was a
run. They don't even be
fullback. No,
running
I ain't
up
got no
really
full.
no more.
Except for
Icky,
49ers. What
Icky
his name is?
Woods, Icky
You
Woods, the
you
bagel.
checks. Oh yeah, Icky Shuffle.
Icky, okay, okay. He said icky, so he going. So I'm gonna have to give you some respect, and I'm gonna have to keep going with the old school. So how come I hear y'all say John Riggins? Y'all don't remember John Riggins from the Who did he play for?
And he
The
played for
Skins. I can't say the
the
Skins, but I can.
Commanders.
Huh? The
Commanders.
Commanders. John Riggins played for the Commanders back in the day. Big boy. You hear me? Had a Pro Bowl. He only had one Pro Bowl, one All Pro season, but it's all good though. But he still would get it done though. You ask anybody that played in that era, they'll tell you, yeah, John Riggins
Hey,
was he was him.
I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Don't be
He,
biased.
he said he was all
Don't
right.
be
He was
don't
all
be
right.
biased.
Come on, South Coast. You know John Riggins would get it done. Come on.
Don't be biased on this, right? Don't be
All right.
biased. I'm hey, which video
Mm-hmm.
was more impressive? Bo Jackson running over, I can't remember the guy that run it, the linebacker name, whatever his name was, or Jerome Bettis in the snow pushing
Urlacher.
pushing
Urlacher.
Erlacher, getting
It
out
was
of
it.
Erlacher.
That was it.
Don't be
That's it.
biased. Don't be
Bruh.
biased. Don't be biased.
You was it Dick Buckets that Bo ran over?
Nah, it wasn't Dick Buckets. It was a
Oh,
linebacker from Oklahoma. The guy that
oh,
was, I think
okay.
he was on the roids. I
Okay.
can't
All
remember what his
right.
name was. Oh, dang it. Last
Bo.
name started with a B. Last name started with a B. Yeah, Brian Bosworth.
Brian Bosworth. Okay,
Brian
Brian Bosworth.
Bosworth.
Oh yeah, he was bad too.
So I'm just asking,
That's a.
don't be biased.
I mean, you talking college and the pros though.
No, no. Bo Jackson ran bars over in the NFL when he was with the
Okay,
Raiders
so I gotta
against the
say,
Seahawks. Well,
okay,
since you,
so because
well, I
they
guess
from
you,
two different eras. So I love Bo Jackson, but Urlacher though, oh man, because look,
bruh,
okay, so I'm not
he
going off of
met
biasness.
he met Bettis
I'm
what
not
by
going
two
off of biasness.
yards?
I'm not. But look, I didn't see Bo Jackson run over
That's what I'm
Bosworth.
saying. Well,
I
hey,
didn't
you gotta
see
go.
it, right?
You gotta go check it out. You gotta go check it
Okay.
out.
All right. I didn't see that.
So
But
that's
I could tell you
okay.
when
I
when
got you.
when I was watching the game live, me and my little brother was sitting right next to me when this happened. He was sitting right next to me. Shout out to my little brother Bulldog. I did a little interview with him. He was out at the Steelers camp at the Steelers jump. And when I seen Urlacher get ran over, that was it. I mean, everybody in the living room, we all jumped off the couch at the same time. My uncles, everybody high fiving each other. We just was like, "Ooh, that was
Bruh,
crazy! It was crazy. It was a crazy
bruh.
moment." So, I mean, I
I
got it. Like
still
I said, I got to see that. I got to see Bondsworth. I'm gonna
I
watch it though. He
still
said Bo
listen.
ran into the tunnel. Come on, QB.
I
I dropped the
still
link. Come on. He said Ironhead Hainsworth. Ooh, he got okay. I see you out there. All right, so I'll keep it. All right, y'all might not feel this one, but Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon. I think Joe Mixon to get it done, bro. I think Joe Mixon to get it done. Yes, sir.
Joe.
Yes, sir. He ain't have no fumbles this year. No
I
fumbles.
like I like
Joe Mixon don't cut. Joe Mixon had
I tell you
no
what.
fumbles.
I'm glad you brought up Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is in the wrong era of football right now.
Mm, mm, mm,
If
mm.
Joe Mixon was playing in the '90s, in my opinion, skill set, if you keep the same skill set, Joe Mixon would be an all-time great running back.
He said Eddie George, the fridge. Oh, we got the fridge and Eddie George. Okay,
Eddie
all right. I
George.
see y'all out there.
It,
All
Eddie was
right,
big.
okay,
Eddie was big. Eddie was big.
okay. So what's up with Jamal Lewis?
Yeah, he was nice.
Jamal Lewis,
We didn't
yes
we didn't name
sir.
we didn't name all the running backs from that division except
Did we?
for who did the Browns have though? Didn't
The
they have
Browns. I can't have it.
drones? They had
I,
drones during that time. You know, with Jamal Lewis, Bettis, Dylan. Didn't they have like Ruben drones or something like that?
I think so, man. But the
Yeah,
Browns
yeah,
running backs, they ain't that memorable.
yeah.
They ain't that memorable.
Here you go.
They ain't
Here
that
you
memorable.
here you go. Here
Fred
you go.
Taylor. What's up with Fred Taylor? Like Fred Taylor. We talking Fred Taylor. You ain't picking fast enough for me. You ain't picking. I'm on it.
I'm just
Fred
saying though.
Taylor getting the touchdown.
I don't know, man.
Fred Taylor getting Jamal
But you
Charles,
know what?
Ricky Williams,
What I'm saying though,
Almond
I gotta
James.
look to make this more interesting. I gotta look at who do I think gonna get it, regardless of the opposition in front of them.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think I think Ray Lewis stopping half of
Oh,
it.
Herschel
Fred
Walker.
Taylor.
He said Herschel Walker. Nope, we ain't mentioned Herschel. Dang, QB. We ain't mentioning guys. We ain't mentioning QB. We ain't talking about it. Herschel Walker definitely getting it. He said Little Morris from the Giants. Ooh, Brandon Jacobs from the Giants. Y'all remember Big Brandon Jacobs, 07, 08? That Super Bowl
Yeah.
Giants team? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was getting it done.
Yeah,
He
well,
was
I said
getting
so,
it done.
yeah, some of these guys, I think you run them up against like them '02 Bucks, 2000 Ravens, stuff like that. I don't think they getting that fourth down.
You don't think they get that fourth down?
Some of these names that I think TJ Duck, like my favorite TJ Duck is getting it.
Oh
I
man,
think
what?
Corey
I
Dillon
think
getting it.
everybody that we named so far is
I don't think
legit.
they legit, but I don't think all of them getting it.
Terrell
'02,
Davis, he ain't getting it versus
you
'02.
Terrell Davis gotta get it. Terrell Davis when money on the line.
Mm, okay,
He TD
okay,
getting it. I give it TD. But
okay,
some of these other guys, no,
mm,
I don't think so.
okay.
I think they get folded up like the lunch at the family
What
picnic.
what 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 Gail what a South Coast with Gail Sayers? He said Otis Anderson. Ooh, would Gail Sayers do it?
Hell no.
Would Gail Sayers do it? No, he
No.
wouldn't.
No.
Gail
No.
Sayers wouldn't do it.
No, he ain't got no bricks in his back pocket.
So we could still name the names though. We could still name the
Yeah, we can
names.
name some names, but
We still name the name.
I'm thinking at the highest of highs, like y'all like them '70s defenses that the Steelers got. Like who getting that?
I don't
85
know,
Bears.
man. I don't know.
That's what I'm putting it at.
You
That's why I'm
see,
saying certain
we
names.
just saying. I'm just saying. Fourth and goal.
I know
That's
what you
why
said, but
you
I
you
like to
threw that
make it
wrench in there.
interesting.
You
I
threw
like
that wrench in there. He said, "I
I
gotta throw
like
the wrench. We gotta
hey,
fix this."
yeah, cause we showing love to running backs because they not getting no love in the NFL, so you gonna get love over here with us. But
Right.
I'm thinking about that
Yeah.
2000.
Blunt
Them
for sure.
2000 Ravens, them 70
Franco.
Steelers, them Bears defense,
Franco
like
Harris. Franco Harris did
who
it
getting
against
it?
the great defenses, so you can't say he practiced against the Pittsburgh
Nah,
Steelers. So Franco in there.
yeah. Franco legit. Franco legit.
Franco in there.
Franco
He said
legit.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby, and the bad boy, the longest yard.
I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm
QB.
done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh,
I'm done.
man,
He closed the show with that one.
man, hey, bro. I'm just saying, man. There's just some guys. He said Franco, yeah, Franco was legit. Hey, man, but 4th and 1. And anywhere on the field, you gotta get that first down. You gotta get that touchdown. I knew we was gonna have fun with this one. I knew we was gonna bring some smiles. He said the mean machine pay. Oh, ooh, like see, maybe next week, right? Maybe next week on Saturday, right? When we do the Saturday show, maybe we could bring up some of the defenses that'll stop you on 4th and 1. How about that? How
Okay, yeah.
about that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's do the defenses next week, okay? Until college football season
You
come up.
know what? We can turn that into some nice topics because we can talk about the defense. We'll do five, right?
Okay,
We'll figure out which one had best D line,
okay,
best linebackers, best secondary, and in our opinion, which one we felt like was the best overall.
okay.
I liked it.
All right,
So
I
next
like
week
that.
we're gonna. So
He said
next
the
week we're
steel
gonna.
curtain ain't no other. That you feel me? Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Woo,
You
woo.
just gonna.
Here we go,
Uh,
Steelers. Here we go.
you got a ball. You got a ball with that. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting to talk about because
Yeah, it is.
it's some good defenses. So
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
Some
yeah, yeah,
great
yeah, yeah,
defenses, man.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. So I'm gonna do
Yes,
my research because
man.
because I think the defenses that which these are not talked about as hero because obviously they didn't win the whole thing, but like the Rex Ryan Jet defenses with
Mhm.
Cromartie and Revis, some really good defenses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that
so
was. But we
yeah,
forgot
yeah,
to talk about the quarterback contract. We could talk. We could throw that in there before we get on up out of here. We've been going.
yeah,
We over time,
yeah,
but it's all good though. So that
yeah.
quarterback contract thing, right? If y'all remember, right? He said it's a joke. You think it was? He said, "Oh, he said Mean Joe was a joke." Oh, okay, 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 okay. Uh, I didn't see that. So the NFL is now thinking of adding a separate salary cap for just the quarterback, correct? And matter of fact, let me just pull up the article so I can read it verbatim to y'all because I got it. And I like to be on point when I'm on here now because if you're not, people will chop you up and then say then little pieces and say you said this, you said that, and it didn't matter. No, 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 no. You know how people are. So I thought I had the article. I thought you sent it to me on X. I thought I saved it.
Yeah, yeah. I sent
I
it to you
thought
on
so. I
X.
thought I did, but I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not in here for some reason. But anyhow, that's pretty much what they're doing, right? They're setting a separate salary cap for just quarterbacks. And he said that should be the team's decision. I like that idea, South Coast. I really do. I like that idea. I didn't come from that because he said that should be the team's decision to add that salary cap. I mean, look, the one thing I did do right, and I'm gonna pull this up for y'all is like it's like a futuristic. Can y'all see that at all? Can you see that pretty good?
that was
This
a
is
little
a
small,
salary
but
cap.
yeah.
This is a salary cap tracker. Okay, you can get it from a spot. I really don't want to put them on the map because they're gonna sponsor me one of these days. But anyway, I'm gonna force them to. This is brought to you by spottrack.com, sponsoring Track and Chubby. I'm gonna force y'all. Okay, and the fans' point of view and Shad 419. You know, Shad 1419 and Track and Chubby. So y'all get at us in our emails and everything because we about to put y'all on the map. So what it is this is just a salary cap tracker. So I'm gonna just click like I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna click like a couple years down the road, right? And I'm gonna show you this number is crazy. $1 billion. That's where we're heading in the NFL. So in 2029, a total salary cap on a team would be almost $1.5 billion, bro. That's crazy, right? Right. I just wanted to show y'all that just for fun, just for fun and just show y'all and kind of go into whatever that my co-host is about to go into because he's about to tell y'all what's up. And this is where we're going in the NFL. More money, which always equals more problems. But if in order to pay the pass rushers who have to go after the quarterbacks and these quarterbacks getting these 10-year, like Patrick Mahomes, 10 years for what was it, 405 million. Then you got Joe Burrow getting 275 million, Trevor Lawrence getting that, Justin Herbert getting almost close to that 260 million, somewhere that in that range. And you got to pay the pass rushers too, right? The guys who have to take those guys down, and they're getting big chunk of deals. Let me see. I know I got it somewhere. Yeah, like Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa got what, a 5 year for like 135 million. Nick Bosa, his brother, 5 years, 170 million. In order to pay all these guys this kind of money, man, yeah, I think that's almost it's a good idea to do that because the quarterback is the most important position on the football field in the NFL. And the money's just going to keep going up and up. And I just showed y'all that a projection of that on the screen. So, um, yeah, I'll just let you take it from there, bro. I mean, pretty much explain what I was going into. So,
I mean, in theory, it sounds good, but the NFL already has an ability to pay quarterbacks an exorbitant amount without just earmarking a separate salary cap, and
mhm.
it's called the signing bonus. Like, let's not forget, just a few years ago, the Dallas Cowboys had to pay Dak Prescott $75 million for 1 year. That was just because his contract was front loaded. Like they literally gave him $75 million for
Mhm.
1 year. So I mean, that would kind of be good, but if you're talking about a separate salary cap, like I mean, how much are they gonna earmark? Because I think it was Stephen Jones for the Cowboys, and I think, and I may have the percentages wrong, but he was like for them, they didn't want their quarterback salary to be more than about, I think, 15% of the total cap. And I may be give or take a few percentage points, but something of that nature. But obviously, they were going to be the larger of a bunch of smaller other percentages. So, I mean, the thing of it to me is, I mean, go ahead and do it. I mean, if it means more money
Mm-hmm.
available for some positions like the running back position that's been kind of, neglected, if that's going to increase them maybe getting paid or something like that, then go ahead and do it. But I think this is going to probably trickle down because obviously,
Mm-hmm.
we have a discussion, not to kind of get off on this subject,
Yeah.
but we have individuals saying, hey, kids need to get involved with, baseball and these other sports because they pay more. Well, a separate salary cap for quarterbacks could lead that same mindset. Oh, well, if your son's going to play football, then he only needs to play one of these three positions. And those three positions are edge rusher, left tackle, and quarterback.
Facts. Or
Because
be a defensive end rushing them.
that's
You
why I
know what I
said edge
mean?
rusher. Yeah, that's why I said those three: edge
Yeah.
rusher, left tackle, or right tackle if it's a left-handed quarterback, and quarterback. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because the rest of the positions, is it's all about youth. We
Yeah.
talked about the wide receivers, and I told you like the oldest actual starting wide receiver, Adam Thielen, is 33 years of age.
Right.
Like that's what they're doing. Once you hit that 31, 32 mark, teams are kind of getting off you. We're not. We'll give you like
So
that first. We'll give you one big contract after the fact, and then after that, hey, it is
you
what it
should
is.
be straight after that. You should be straight. You get
Yeah, you
you get
should be.
75 million one time. You should be okay after
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you should be. But
You
again,
know?
I do think they're probably gonna start cutting into that because, like as we talked about, a lot of these position groups now because of the way the offenses, because of the NFL is taking on more of a college approach in terms of offenses. They're wide receivers that can come in now and give you pretty much the same production. Because you look at Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. I mean, they haven't been in the league a decade, but they're already considered. And even the other guy, Jordan Addison from the Vikings, they already Tank Dell. These guys are like
Hmm.
wanted like 3 years, and they're already considered some of the best wide receivers. So the game evolves. So they're gonna probably get to a point to where, hey, look, we might give you a nice little contract, and we're just gonna draft your replacement because they're coming in the league ready. But to get back on topic, um, what would the salary cap be? I mean, what would be the number? Because you're already borderline $60 million. I mean, they're gonna say, all right, well, 100
Hmm.
million. Because like you said, you're already doing a forward projection
Hmm.
of 1 billion in revenue. So
Absolutely. We getting there. Like
yeah,
it's coming. It's coming at this. It's gonna get to that point where a total cap, you total cap space and everything. I think it's at right now, it's at a what is cap minimum is 255 million, right? That's something like that. So I mean, we already almost there, bro. Quarter billion
yeah,
right now. And what I said, what
quarter
was that? 20
billion,
that I had?
2029,
Yeah,
5 years from now.
2029, right. And what so 5 more years, bro. They down there projected to go in cap space period. That's on, like I said, 1.3 for New England. That's just New England. You know what I mean? So for other teams that probably do it better, they still north of a billion. Some is just touching that. You know what I mean? Just to go down the list real quick. But we definitely over that 35 billion. Sheesh, total in the league. Like, and that's 2029. So I don't the way I stumbled upon this was like why it was crazy the way I got stumbled upon this, but it actually gave me a lot of insight, and I'm gonna start using it. But after we done going live and everything, I'll make sure that I'll put it out there for y'all. Matter of fact, look, I'll do y'all this favor, man. I'm gonna put it in the I'll make sure you get it, South Coast and QB. If y'all want it, I'll send it straight to y'all Instagrams, on X or whatever. Anybody that want to get it, let me know down in the comments, and I'll send it straight to you off your Instagrams. You know what I'm saying? Try to make this our thing. You feel me? But I mean, anybody can see it, I guess. So it really don't matter. So here, I'll just put it in the chat. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll use it. It's a good tool when I stumbled upon it. So I'll copy it and then I'll put it in there for y'all to use later on. And he said that's true. He said that's true, Shad. You got it, bro? Did you get it?
Oh, I won't be able to see it till we get off.
No, no. If you go in a private chat, you should be able to get it. You should be able
Oh,
to
you
see
talking
it.
about? Oh yeah, it just popped up. Okay. Yeah, I
I
got
put
it.
it
I
up
got
there. I
it.
put it up there for you. So that's what we got. They got that from me. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can click it or not in there or not, but he said that he said we need to start a bigger collection for Shad to get a bigger screen. How you mean? How you mean? That's a fact. That's a
Gotta
fact
get
though.
some
I
better
mean,
Wi-Fi. Gotta get some better
we'll get him.
Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna get him right though. I'm gonna get him right for sure. For
Gotta get
sure.
some better Wi-Fi.
$50 bears. Yeah, bro. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, right? South Coast. That's the way we going though. He said 50 mil a year beats what I'm making now. And that's a fact. That's a fact. I feel that, man. But I had a fun. This was a fun show, man. This was a
Oh
very
yeah.
fun show. I liked it. I like what we did today, man. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I always enjoy it, but I definitely enjoyed it today. And everybody that came through and showed us some love, make sure y'all hit that like button, smash that, share us with your friends and your family. Go back and rewind and watch it and replay it. You know what I'm saying? Go and clip out your favorite moment of the show and troll us and tell me how silly I look and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you take it the favorite moment of the show, clip it out, you know what I mean, remix it. That helps us get notoriety on our page for the algorithm, man, because my co-host, man, he the best out there, bro. Shad the best out there. Shad can hang out with anybody. Oh, he said check out the podcast. Oh yeah, don't let me forget that. Yeah, check out my podcast, man. I'm up on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, iHeart, um, Amazon. I'm on all the platforms. Sports with Track and Chubby, the fans' point of view. The episode is on there. So if you can't catch us on there, you could download it, put us in your earbuds while you working out or whatever. You do whatever you want to do, man. We everywhere right now. We trying to really do something with this. And I like I said, I appreciate y'all. I can't tell y'all that enough, man. I had so much fun today, bro. I really enjoyed this show. Got to keep the same energy every time we come up out here. I did. I really did. So look, y'all know how we give it up out here. To the next time. Peace.
Want to see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View. Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.